Hi viewers, welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is Adiola Fayom, and today for our inspiration segment, we like to talk with a Nigerian woman who has lived for several years in the UK, and now she's trying to go back to Nigeria to actually work in hair industry. She will be commuting between Nigeria and UK. So today it's gonna be very interesting because we're talking about hair, not just women's hair but men's hair. I'm hoping that you're gonna pay attention and enjoy this interview. We will be talking with a lady who is the CEO of the Lady Academy of Cosmetology, the LAC, in gym, and she also had a bachelor's degree in computing from London South Bank University, as well as a master's in information system management. She has worked in IT profession for several years before she's now into cosmetology. She is a qualified hairdresser, a beauty therapist, as well as a nail technician. She's the one and only Lady Hilda Tamunabelema Oburoh. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so just for our viewers to know, your first name is actually Lady. I think that's interesting. And and your name, Tamuna Belema, I really tried, for pronouncing
it. You
did. Okay, thank you very much. So let's just start from the beginning. You are an IT person. You've worked in IT industry for several years, and now you are a beautician. I mean, how did you move from one profession that has nothing to do with, beauty, so to say? How did you end up in the beauty industry?
Okay, the main thing is that we all pursue professions or things that we love to do, but we also have gifts that God has given us, and it's discovering the gift that you're given that takes you to the next level in life. And I discovered that although I love my IT job, I write programs and all the rest, and love database management, but my love was towards my talent, which is hairdressing. And I decided when I left the corporate world that I was going to do something that will touch lives. And of course, I prayed about it, and the Lord led me to choosing which career path to follow.
I see.
Yeah, so that was how I decided that I was going to use it. But really, initially, when I started, I didn't know how far it was going to go. All I wanted was to really be an employer and to provide opportunity for young ones, because I was still going to maintain my IT career. But of course, God had a different plan. So that's where I ended up going on to doing a 3 years course to be able to know what I know. Yeah.
So you went to school to learn about hair for 3 good years. I mean, most people back home would be like, "What? You were learning about hair for 3 years in school? Tell us about that."
Yeah, I mean, to become a professional, really, that's the thing. But to become a real professional, you would have to study for the period of time required. I have up to an MVQ level 3 for the practical side, and level 4 for teaching. I do European hair and I do Afro hair as well. We deal with chemicals, so you need to know about what chemicals you're putting on somebody's skin in order for you to know if it is the right chemical, and what will happen to the skin of the person.
And for how long it has to stay, right? All right.
Exactly.
Because I'm familiar with all that.
Yeah, not when they burn.
Not when it starts to burn.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You are actually planning on going back to Nigeria to start like a beauty academy. So tell us a little bit about that and why you decided this is what you want to do in Nigeria.
We have a lot of people who despise their gift. I decided that I was going to pursue my gift and use it to bless people. But the good thing is that my gift happens to be an area where I can touch the youth and even unemployed to be able to get something and to do something with their lives. And also, one of the most important things is the fact that you don't have to go to university to be able to have a fulfilling career.
The school, the LAC, will now start next year, right?
Yes, by God's grace.
Okay. And will this be in Lagos? I'm just trying to know more about the LAC.
Okay.
Which form will it be? DELAC. Okay. And will it be how many years and months? Tell us a bit.
Okay, we're hoping that DELAC would start from Port Harcourt, And here the courses are, because of the way things are in the UK, the courses are scheduled for 3 years. But we are hoping that we can actually consolidate it to 2 years to get the same kind of qualification I have. And what we are trying to do is to offer international certificate or certification, so that if somebody has the opportunity to come over here, they don't have to resit exams to be able to work in any salon or whatever. They know what we know here. We want to also bring people, trainers here over to Nigeria to come and help us to set up the academy. So that is what we are planning, so that hopefully people would see hairdressing as a fulfilling career and lucrative, as a matter of fact, because you know what hairdressing is like in the Western world. It's a
Yeah.
big thing. Yeah,
Yes.
but we don't value it back at home. So I really wanted to make people, or enjoy being, not just hairdressing, being
Mm-hmm.
either beauty therapists or hairdressers. And forgive me for saying this, I watch some of the Nollywood clips and whatever, and the hairstyles I see as like, God Almighty help us. Are there no are there no hairdressers who know what to do? Forgive me for saying that, but I just believe that people who know what they are doing can actually delve into that kind of environment
Okay.
and offer services. I have a lot of celebrity clients here,
Oh, okay.
so really, yeah. So really, I was just hoping that exposing them to that kind of environment will enable them to enjoy the career better. And
Okay.
courses will be short courses for experienced people who just want to develop their skills or work efficiently. And for people who don't know much, we want to be able to bring them to that point where they can either work in a salon with us or run their own business. But
I
the
see.
most important thing is mentoring them to get to that point where we can release them and give them support as well.
So you're saying that instead of doing that, they can actually go to a real school where
Yes,
they will just focus on that maybe for some months or years, and then
yes,
the certificate that they will get from your school, from there, like they can actually use it even abroad if they should come
yes.
overseas. Okay.
That's right.
Um,
But the good thing also is that we are going to be affiliated to a federal school. I wouldn't mention the name yet because they put it this way: a federal university. They would accredit the certificates as well as the international certificate. So
wow.
what we are trying to do is to get them to sit both exams concurrently and get to the two certificates.
I
So we
see.
really want to, what we really want to do is for people to focus on, even women who have maybe attended university and are not working but want to use their skills, would find joy in doing this. So say they're using their skills to do this,
And you've been
and
talking
find
about women. Is this just gonna be for women or women and men?
not at all women and men, because here in London, I tell you one thing, the guys are sometimes, I think we have
Even
more high
better.
profile men than women.
I
Yeah, we
see.
have more
So,
high profile men
are they
than
gonna be
women.
learning just about women's hair or women and men's hair?
It will include barbering as well.
I see.
So
I see.
it's both women's hair and barbering, and a lot of men you find when you go on YouTube prefer to do women's hair just for whatever reason it is. I think it's the joy of beautifying a woman.
All right.
But we will do barbering, we'll do the other side of it. So really, at the end of it, it's being able to reach out to maybe the unemployed, the youth, and people who have probably read history and there is no good history to tell about Nigeria right now. So maybe their degree
So
is
they should now
not.
come into learning about hair. Okay, I have another question for you. You said that the reason you just starting this because you've been away for like 20 years, something like that. And you said the reason that you've been away is because of the working environment in Nigeria. You said it's been a little threatening, something like that. So can you tell us exactly what that means and what has changed? Now you feel safe to go back to Nigeria, and why didn't you feel like you could do it before now?
Not necessarily the working environment. I think when I started that, I actually had my first salon before I was 20, or when just as I turned 20. But the idea, people make you feel like you're not good enough, and I know I had good certificates or good
I
results with my
see.
GC and whatever, but they made you feel like, oh, you're a dropout. So I actually went back to I packed it up and worked with Elf for a couple of years. So yeah, I worked in an oil company, and of course, when I saw most of the my friends who were youth corpers leaving and everything, I just thought I didn't belong in the seat or the role I occupied, which is the receptionist of the company. So I think 1986, yes, that's when I left Nigeria, and I thought I came over here to read law. Everybody thought I would become a lawyer, but it
Wait,
didn't
wait, wait,
happen.
wait, wait. You actually studied law and then you got
No, no,
into
no.
IT.
No, no, no. I came over to read law, but it didn't happen. But
Okay.
I think I translated it into becoming a systems analyst.
Okay.
So yeah, so it worked well for
Okay,
me.
but now you don't feel like anybody will tell you you're not good enough. That now you feel more confident to go back and do what you want to do.
I wasn't told I wasn't good enough. I think it was just the perception of what it was like. It's just also the main thing was that for me going back now, I just feel that yes, I can stand on my own to do something. But as a young person, I believe that quite a few young people are going through the same thing where especially the women, where you're told you have to have dinner with somebody before you can get a job and all the rest. And I just thought I'm not having any dinner with anybody in order to get a job.
All
So,
right. So
yeah, so that is the reason.
I'm running out of time, but I just want to talk a little bit about hair before you go. Just like some health tips. Does my sleep or what I eat, does it have anything to do with how my hair turns out? And if I'm trying to, first of all, that's your real hair, right? The hair on your
Ah,
head, is that your hair?
my real hair. I mean, you have a look at it.
It's your
What
real
does it?
hair, the whole thing.
Um,
Wonderful.
no, it's not.
Oh, no, no, no. You should never say that it's not. If it's on your head, it's your hair. You paid for it, right?
It's
Okay.
on my head.
Yeah,
So
and
it
you
is
paid
my
for
hair.
it. So it is your
Yeah.
hair.
The reason I say it is not is because I've just had a few tracks.
I know. I understand.
My hair
I'm a lady too. So I know what you mean by that.
that's
So let's say
yeah.
that I'm trying to grow my hair so that it would look as long as what the hair on your head. What are some of the health tips? Is it just about me going to the right salon, or does what I eat and maybe how much sleep I get? Do they have anything to do with how my hair turns out?
Really, when it comes to hair care, there's quite a lot to talk about. But in terms of sleep, I mean, one of the things that I know affect hair is stress. So when you say sleep, it depends, but stress affects hair a lot.
If
In
I'm
terms of
stressed
going
out,
stress out, yes, it does affect the hair. Some
so
people lose hair,
wow.
yes.
I
So
see.
you have to, I mean, not you have to, we can't help it when we go through, stressful situation. But in terms of growing your hair, a healthy scalp is where the hair grows. The only way I can explain it is almost like having a slab or a garden that is either dry or is fertile. If the ground is concrete, of course there will be no flowers growing from it. So the scalp has to be healthy. And one of the things that people don't do is to keep the scalp healthy. If your scalp is healthy, the hair will grow. So Nigeria, I know that a lot of people relax their hair once every month, every 2 weeks. It's like, why? Really, the maximum time you should relax your hair is 6 times a year, at the very maximum, unless your hair is as coarse as my hair, in which case, yeah, that would be 6 times. Even then, maybe a little bit more. But 6 weeks for my hair type, because I have very coarse hair, but for hair that is normal, 6 weeks, sorry, six relaxers, that is every 2 months, is just good enough. Anything other than that is too frequent and is just a bit aggravating for the scalp.
I see. Wow. And I should probably drink lots of water, right?
Lots of water and a lot of moisturizing for the afro hair, because our hair is very dry. Caucasian hair is oily, so they wash it often. With our dry hair, too much washing dries the hair and it takes out a lot of oil. So the frequency of wash, usually we say 1 week, 2 weeks, because the hair is dry, but then you have to have moisturizing treatment. to put back moisture.
Okay. At least
Yeah.
I learned one thing, and I'm sure that our viewers also learned something today. Drink lots of water if you want your hair to be healthy, and make sure you take care of your scalp, right?
Yes. Take care of yourself. Have a professional, saline treatment at least once every 2 weeks. But if for whatever reason, maybe time does not permit or finance does not allow, at least once a month, you should have treatment.
I
Not
see.
just, home treatment, professional service.
I see. And lastly, before I go, a lot of women back home in Nigeria, they put a lot of greasy stuff on their scalp. Is that healthy if you want your hair to grow?
No, Caucasian hair has a lot of grease. Afro hair, we need moisture. So having petroleum on your scalp, all it does is just keep the scalp oily. It just doesn't do much. But like I said, usually when people come to my salon, I sit them down, I check their scalp, I check the porosity of the hair, the elasticity of the hair, and everything before we get into anything. And then depending on what I find, we offer the service.
I
So
see.
putting oil, I don't, when people come to my salon, I tell them I'm the doctor. Don't give me prescription to
Don't
give
tell me
you
what
a
to do.
signature. Yeah, I don't give you, I would give you my prescription based on what I find or based on what you are trying to achieve.
I
Because
see.
we work with the client and ask them, okay, well, how do you want your hair? Or how, it's like their lifestyle and everything, and create something
I mean,
that
it's very important for the hair to look good
yes,
because once you have your hair looking good, everything else falls in place for a
that's
woman.
right.
All right,
That's
thank you so much for talking to us about hair today. I'm sure that our viewers have really enjoyed you. Today has been all about hair and looking good. We're looking forward to when your school will start. Definitely, we need something like that in Nigeria. Hopefully, you won't just be based in Port Harcourt. Hopefully, you would later branch out to
we would expand.
other
So we are
parts of the
hoping,
country.
yes,
All
we are
right.
hoping for,
All
to
right.
get much interest.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much, Lady. It's nice having
Oh,
you. All right. All right, viewers. Thanks a lot for joining us today. That has been Lady Oburoh. I'm sure that you've enjoyed everything she said about hair and taking care of your hair. And definitely, she's starting her school next year, so be on the lookout. It will be called The Luck. We'll have more to come. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.